Hey everyone, we should be live now. Can everyone hear me? Make sure my mic is working, since Streamlabs has a bad habit of forgetting what my mic is every single time. Looks like it's all good. This week I've got Zycronix here, and we're going to be working on the modding API and the very first mod.
Hello.
So I've got the development kit currently in the process of setting up here. We've got a pretty basic workflow here. Once we get this finished up, basically to start making mods, you're gonna come into the repository like normal, like you're coming to download Sever Chains to play. And in the assets section here, alongside the three snapshots of the actual game, there's also going to be a Sever Chains development kit. So you will download that, open it up in IntelliJ, and this is kind of a jumping off point for making a mod. So you can see it ships with a very, very basic example mod here. It basically just prints two messages. One when the mod is first constructed, and then there's an example of consuming an event. So this is the item registry event. This event fires when it's time for you to register new items. Now, due to scripting limitations, new items do not work fully yet. That's coming down the road, but this is just an example of consuming an event. We will hopefully be done setting up here soon. So the way that the modding API works, it's set up very specifically so that you don't have access to the Severed Chains code. Well, you have access to it, you have read access, but you can't actually modify any game code. This is done intentionally to prevent mod incompatibilities. Developing mods will be done basically entirely by consuming events. So we'll have events for things like registering new items, registering new equipment, registering new monsters. Eventually down the road, maybe even setting up new maps and things like that. That's a long ways off. Also for changing stats, modifying how damage is dealt, etc., etc. So you'll basically listen for these events, add, remove, or modify something, and then the engine will handle the rest. So that's all done. It actually automatically downloads Severed Chains and adds it as a library. So you can see here, this is the full Severed Chains code. Anyone who's worked on the project will be familiar with that. This allows you to reference classes from the project. For example, Game Engine, which has all of the registries and the script manager and everything. It also allows you to launch your mod in a development environment. So we have a default run configuration here, and you'll see that when I run this, we're actually going to see those messages in the logs. I just realized I don't have the ISOs in here, so we're going to have to copy those in. So it's going to crash here the first time because it won't be able to find the ISOs. But I'll just copy those in. We are going to have to sit through the unpacking process. Hopefully that won't take too long. I'm going to make sure that the files directory is ignored. It's not even showing up yet. But it is unpacking. That's good. Alright, come on. How many times can I refresh this? Ooh, it did not like me pressing that a bunch of times. Alright, we'll just wait. It'll be fine. There we go. It's woken up. Kind of. Exclude. So we really don't want IntelliJ indexing all 400,000 files. It's not going to crash. It just takes a lot of resources to unpack 400,000 files. You can see already that the constructing message did fire. You can see if it loaded up the mod there. The item registry event doesn't happen until after the disk unpacking is done. So we're going to actually be working on a mod that restores the stats to the North American demo, right, Psychronix?
I changed my mind. I decided to use the Japan demo because the North American demo retail does have stats closer to retail, so more interesting to use the Japanese version.
Okay, so you want to make it much different.
Yeah.
Alright, that sounds good to me. So we're going to be basically kind of uh, figuring out exactly what events we're going to need, implementing those in the game engine, and then making the mod that does the stats modification. Justin Singleton asks if swapping assets is possible. It's actually possible now, without even using the modding API. The game unpacks all of the game data into this files directory, and you can edit it any way that you want. Currently it uses PlayStation formats for most stuff, so you do need to understand the PlayStation formats and have tools to work specifically with those. We do have tools for some of that, and for the stuff that there isn't readily available tools, we are developing tools for it. For example, Doom has been writing tools for dealing with the non-standard model files. Yeah, so there you go. You can see the registering items event was fired. We're just going to give IntelliJ a minute here. Lots and lots of files. My2GS, okay, so stat adjustment is possible. What about the fundamental damage calculations? Yes, there will be events for completely changing the how damage is calculated. Alright, so we have a example mod now. So I'm just going to show building that and then how to install a mod into the actual game. So all you need to do is build it. You can do that really easily in IntelliJ just through the Gradle tasks menu, or you can do it in the command line. Ninshi, it takes, on my laptop, it takes a little under 2 minutes. Um, Doom currently holds the world record for longest unpack on his laptop at 34 minutes. Um, but his laptop is almost literally a potato, so for most people it's usually around 5 minutes on a solid state drive or relatively fast mechanical drive. But keep in mind that you only need to do that the very first time you launch it. Now, if I launch it again, you'll see that it starts instantly. Yeah, no wait at all. Okay, so now we want to go to the build folder, and you can see we've got this mod file here now. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to pretend we just downloaded that from a mod portal on the internet. All we have to do, normally there would be a mods folder already created for you. All you have to do is copy the mod into the mods folder, and then when you launch the game, sorry, I have to do a minor reconfiguration here because I have been doing a bunch of stuff. We changed some settings to make sure that everyone was on the same version. Can you just download Corretto? Why can't you do that? Alright, we're going to do that. My 2G most of that time was just IntelliJ preparing things. If you launch from the actual compiled jar file, it only takes about like maybe 200 milliseconds. Ninja asks, is it the first time ever for the unpack or on every PC boot up? It is only the very first time that you launch it. Okay, so back to the mod. We'll pretend that we just downloaded this from a mod portal. I copy it into the mods folder and launch the game, and that's it. The mod is installed and will be running. Once it finishes building here, we'll be able to see it launch. Yeah, you can see the constructing message and then the registering items message. So that means the mod loaded and ran successfully. Alright, now that that's shown off, I think we can get to work on figuring out what events you're going to need.
Alright, so first thing we need is monster stats, I think we can start off with.
Okay.
However, I already found one of the methods for item rewards from monsters, so I think we can start there. Because in the actual game, it's separated by two tables in the OV files.
Okay.
So, monster stats, monster rewards,
Okay.
character stats,
Okay.
item stats,
Item stats, of course.
specifically Dragoon editions,
Dragoon additions. Okay.
Dragoon stats,
Dragoon stats.
trying to figure out what is different. Oh, the spells. The spell MP cost is really different in the demo. So Dragoon spell stat changes.
Dragoon spell stats.
I think that would be it.
Okay.
There might be monster attack patterns, but I haven't really found or looked into that are different, but it's probably handled by a script. Same with their
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
attack
say
percent
I'm gonna say
multipliers.
99% chance that's handled in the script engine.
I know some of them are in the Dragoon spell stat table, but it's not every single monster attack.
Okay.
So this should get us started.
All right. So what all have I extracted into files here? Okay, I just extracted the encounters data. I don't, Let me see exactly what I did there.
We should definitely do encounters too, but I don't think the demo has anything different, but there are a few encounters not used by the base game.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the triple Psyche Druid battle, that's not normally in the game.
interesting. Okay, yeah. So this structure here only has enemy indices and positions, so that doesn't have anything that we need. Okay, so that's fine. So you wanted to do rewards. I know I do have the table for that here. Um, Unfortunately, it has not been converted into a structure, so I think we'll just do that real quick. What is the stride of that structure? 8 bytes. Can you hurry up and import that for me, please? Okay, so what do we have here? So we've got an unsigned short. That is XP. Gold item chance is a unsigned byte, and item drop is an unsigned byte. And then another unknown value. Do you happen to know what that last value is?
Let me check. Nope.
Well, neither do I.
I also marked it as unused because every single monster has a value of 0 in the last short there. Or
Interesting.
yeah, and not it's an int, not a short, right?
Nope.
But how long is it?
2 bytes.
Easy. Yeah, and the whole thing is 16 bytes in length, right?
8.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry, it's 8. Yeah, the last two, no clue what they're used for, but they're all 0.
That's interesting. It is loaded into a value, but I don't know what that value is used for.
Something to look into later when we're all done with making sure the game works everywhere properly.
Yeah, okay, so it's loaded into that value, and that's the only place that it's used.
Oh,
So, I
that's
guess
one
that
mystery
answers
solved.
that question. Yeah, exactly. Um, hmm. the enemy index here? That is... Right, that's a packed value. Combatant index. Okay, do you know how many entries are in that table? Should be one per enemy index. That should be enemy ID, actually.
Yeah, let me just count them.
I suppose I could probably just open up Ghidra and look as well.
399.
399.
There might be 400. I know 399 is Tentacle from Melbu, so that is the last entry.
Okay, let's do some math here. C80 divided by 8 is 400. Yeah, there's room for 400 at least, so we'll just call it 400.
Yeah, I actually
Rewards.
don't know the exact start and end positions of what I found in the ROM.
Okay.
So I was kind of just guessing based off the monster list included in one of the files, because it had
Yeah.
all the monster names, so I was taking the list from there.
Yeah, well, we definitely have the start of it here. Okay, now this becomes that. Gold. Item chance. Item drop, which I assume is the item ID. And whatever this last value is or is not. Hey, XP Havoc. I'm good. How are you? Just gonna test it real quick, make sure I didn't mess anything up. Do you know a encounter ID with a guaranteed drop?
The first two Sandora soldiers, which should be 384.
384, alright.
Let's see. Oh, it might be 471. I should have labeled these better.
Have I not merged in your pull request yet?
Nope,
I did
because of
not.
the one space issue.
That I was completely clear on what I meant. What was the encounter ID?
471.
471.
Oh no, this is the fire and water one, isn't it?
I really need to remember that we fixed the additions. I'm super not used to doing additions anymore, so everyone can just watch me fail at them for the entire stream. Oh,
Okay, that's completely the wrong one.
we seem to have gotten teleported.
Okay, the first boss battle for sure, 384. which is the
Agreed.
one I remembered.
Fortunately, we can just start another encounter right there. Oh, this is weird. Look at their name bars.
Oh yeah, I did not notice that.
What's going on there? It wasn't like that in the last fight.
Maybe the game glitched because it was technically in a cutscene.
Yeah, and we're definitely in the wrong place for this. The camera angle is also pulled right up to dart.
No, no, for this battle it always does that. This battle has a fixed camera position.
Gotcha. Yeah, it did not like being in that encounter. Yeah. Alright. So,
Do I need to find another one?
I think that might have just been because we were in the cutscene when I forced it into combat. That's probably just an engine problem. Wow, my mouse is super laggy here. What is happening? Um, I don't know. Seems to be fine now.
Sounds like Windows 11 issues.
Yeah, Windows 11 is not great. Okay, got another encounter ID that we can use?
Alright, let's find another one. Let's see.
I know there was one with two Sandora soldiers that gave you like
Yeah,
two
the
potions or something.
The very first battle, I think it's 470 something. Let me just double check before you run into another crash.
Yeah. Yeah, I would highly recommend continuing to stick with Windows 10.
477.
477, that sounds familiar. Alright, time for some bad additions. I got 3 hits on that one. Yep, seems to be working fine. How does the item drop work?
So the item drop is actually, it's not coded per enemies, coded per unique enemy. But even if you have two unique enemies, they're both calculated separately. So that encounter had one unique enemy, but both unique enemies got counted separately, which is why you get 2 healing potions there.
Okay. Oh yeah, Ninchi, they're implemented now. That's why I'm failing at them so hard. Okay, so first I'm just going to commit the change that we made there. Okay. We could certainly make it do that. Actually, fairly easily by the looks of it. Yeah, we might as well convert this to a list. I'll call that item. Actually, this can be a simple record. Okay, so we've got the combatant and dot drops dot. We're going to clear the list here and then just add a single drop. And now here, instead of this, we're going to do a loop. Which I guess we can do. Okay, I suppose we don't need this check anymore. And here we should check if reward dot item drop is not FF. Yeah, Justin. So the timing for the additions is the exact same. Zycronix actually did a frame-by-frame comparison, but the game input has 0 latency, whereas retail has anywhere between 0 and 1 frame, depending on when you press the button. So it does feel a bit different than retail, because all of your input is immediate. Alright, so first off, do let's do an event for adding more drops. Um, what should we, how should we organize this? Do you have any suggestions, Zycronix?
Not really. I was more thinking about replacing. There's no really new monsters we'll be adding anytime soon, right? So how would we go about replacing our first drop?
Oh, we'll be able to use the event to replace as well. I'm just trying to figure out
Okay.
how to organize the events for this. Um, I guess we probably want a combat package, um, and then we can just call it drops event. And all I need to do is extend event. Yeah, nothing fancy there. I just need to remember how to use my own code. Um, so we're basically just going to expose that list. Item drop drops equals new array list. We don't really want them to be able to get a direct reference to this, so we'll just do we'll have a clear method which clears the drops, and an add method which lets you add a new drop. Okay, so after that drop is added, actually, you know what? We can just pass that list directly. Public drops event. And we just use the event manager instance, and we post that event with the combatant.drops. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to flip the SCDK over to Maven local, so these changes will be immediate. This shouldn't take too long. There we go. And now we can just refresh Gradle here. And we should have access to that event now. Yep, drops event. There we go. And we can add a new item drop. Do you know what unit chances use? Is it just like 1 to 100?
Yeah, it's just 1 to 100.
Okay, so let's make 100% chance of getting what item on every single drop.
Psych Bomb 0x5A or 250 or something.
Psych Bomb is in here somewhere. FA. Alright, so this should give us a Psych Bomb every time we kill an enemy. I'm going to copy my save files over. Let's go right to the start. Yeah, we'll do South of Serdio here. Alright, let's see if this works.
Yes. Go.
I can do Volcano.
Volcano.
I wonder how bad Magnus Hero is. I haven't tried it.
Okay, it didn't seem to work. Okay, let's... I guess I didn't really need to close that. Let's go into where the event is fired. Okay, I want to see all usages. Hmm. Leftover breakpoints from before. Okay, so the mod is loading correctly.
Yeah, an Assassin Hawk should usually drop a healing potion.
Okay, so it's loading the drops right now. What is item 203?
203A CB, which is healing potion.
Okay, so we will fire the event. And yeah, we're registering a new item drop. So we've got both of them. So it might have just not quite worked correctly.
It definitely changed the drop at least.
Yeah, it did. Okay, let's run this code in real time. That is 3352. Oh, shoot. It's because difference in formatting, because this is technically decompiled. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so now we'll just resume this. Why is there no executable code there? Okay, that should work.
Volcano!
Okay, so that code just wasn't executed at all. That's interesting. Also, why is my Dragoon experience showing so high? I
Oh,
wonder, that might be a bug if you haven't unlocked your Dragoon yet.
most likely. I did not actually check that now that I think about it.
Yeah, it might be underflowing.
Yeah, it probably sets a 0 when you get it.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Okay, is this used anywhere else? That's that. Oh, whoops. I did not use the correct drop. That would be why it wasn't working, I think. Yeah, okay. So let's try redeploying this. Close that. Sorry, I've not been paying very close attention to chat. I'm just gonna catch up here real quick. Someone asked, where was that? On the retro reversing website it says that LOD has been 90% decompiled. Is that accurate? Yeah, the game is almost entirely playable, up to and including disc 4. There is a part further on in disc 4 that we haven't quite finished yet. Once you get to the Lost City, I don't think you can progress any further than that. And there are some visual glitches and stuff like that that you may have seen so far in the stream, but yeah, we are pretty far along in the process. And in case you're just tuning in, we are currently working on the modding API.
Volcano!
Yep, we got the psych bomb.
There we go. Yeah, this table is loaded by monster ID,
Yes, monster ID.
so it's in order.
Yeah, we got it. Alright, and let's just do... I don't want to do Psych Bomb again because there's special case handling in the code. That would get weird if there was more than one Psych Bomb. But give me another item ID.
Let's see what's interesting. Let's go with 9D. What is that? 9D. 157.
Alright.
Yes. Tap. Go. Ha. Volcano.
I am absolutely unstoppable with my 6 damage. There you go, Justin. It was Ultimate War God. So we have confirmed that multiple drops work just fine.
How do we make it per enemy? Or do we want to move on to the next event?
We should probably make it so that it contains the enemy ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good call. And that's going to be in right here. Enemy ID. Alright. So I'll commit this as its own commit. Um, enemy drops event. Should we separate the XP and gold? I don't see why not.
It's calculated per monster, right? So
Yeah.
how did you want to separate it?
Or should we maybe just do like enemy rewards as one event period?
I would need to see the use case for separating them. Having them all bunched up together makes sense currently.
Yeah, because I mean you'd be able to use the or you'd want to be able to do it based on enemy ID, and it would probably you'll probably be modifying multiple things for each enemy and stuff. So I think that makes sense. Okay, so we will add XP and gold. I suppose we can probably just make these public. And then these get moved down here. And this is changed to... I'm going to make post event return the event. Alright, I think that should cover it all. Can you think of anything else that needs to be changed there?
No. Looks good to me.
Okay, and I think we should rename this to Enemy Rewards Event. And we will publish this again. Oh, it's not drops event anymore. It is... I don't think it's refreshed. There we go. Let's multiply the experience we get by 1,000.
Dark destroys the world in under 60 seconds.
What was that?
Dark destroys the world in under 60 seconds.
Yep. Alright, time for some power leveling.
Yep. Tap. Go. Volcano. Yes. Tap. Go.
You
Volcano.
even got the counter.
I did. I'm telling you, I can do Volcano. Just nothing else. Actually, I can do Crush Dance. Yep, there's our 4,000 experience. I think we're going to level up a few times here. Good to see that the game can handle this. Oh, look. We learned an addition. Yep, we're kind of low on hit points now for some reason. We definitely didn't multiply our maximum hit points by like 8.
Now, okay, before we move on, does it break when there's 2 monsters? You'll only get one on the world map.
Right.
Unless you specify the encounter ID.
Yeah, I'll do that after this.
Tap. Go.
We're kind of doing neither of those, my 2G. So it's based on events. So basically what happens is when an enemy is loaded into combat, the event manager posts a event for every enemy in the fight. And then you can choose whether or not you want to modify that at runtime. So it's not actually modifying the tables or anything. It's just modifying it at runtime when that enemy is added to the combat. What was it, 477? Yeah.
Yeah, see, the modding in Dramod is
Yeah.
per enemy.
Go. Volcano. Yeah. Go. Volcano.
Well, it worked.
Not exactly. There's only 2 enemies in there. Why is there 2 sets? Oh wait, because it's healing potion, psych bomb, Volgra. Never mind.
Yep.
I'm blind.
Do they only give 2 experience each?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
Because 4 would be dart levels 2, right? Oh, wait, no. It's 4 out of 20 for the first battle, so yeah. 2 experience each.
Right, okay.
Now, for sure, it'll break, because even the base game doesn't support more than 6 item drops. Unless you fixed it to support more. But there's kind of no UI for that, which is why nothing ever drops 5. I mean, more
No,
than
we got
5.
them. We got them all. It worked. So aside from the item list overflowing the UI, that worked perfectly. Adding 6 items. We're getting the same items for every enemy just because I didn't put a restriction on what enemy we're actually doing. I could say like if event dot enemy ID equals whatever and limit it to a specific enemy or set of enemies, or do a different thing per enemy ID if I wanted to. But I just didn't bother.
Something for later.
Well, that's just something in like the mod itself that we would have to do.
So it's up to the modder to separate it based on their own criteria.
Yeah, exactly. So like if
I'm
they
gonna have
want
a look.
to, yeah, yeah, I figure what we'll probably do for this rebalance mod Zychronics is just make it read in like CSV files or something. That
Yeah,
way
that would
it's
be great.
just that way it's just one mod and people can use that mod to rebalance the game in whatever the way they want.
Yeah, everything in Dramod is controlled by TSV. It's just easier.
Yeah.
For simple stuff like this, if you want more complicated, sure, go ahead, make some code.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's all Java, so they can do whatever they want. All right. So we've got monster rewards checked off the list.
Alright,
So
do we want...
monster stats.
Yeah, the most complicated one next, since we got the easiest one out.
Yeah. monster stats is gonna be interesting, to say the least, because there are a hell of a lot of stats. Drew, you can already modify the drop rate.
For the differences between the games is mostly just HP, attack, defense, magic defense, speed, the avoid stats. That should all... Oh, and status resists an element. And null element, I guess, yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4... 11 fields?
Yeah. Okay, so here's where the enemy battle object is allocated. I'm guessing this happens right here. What is this? Okay, that's enemy names. Yeah, okay. So this is doing all of the stat setting for the monsters.
Well, the thing is, the monsters and characters share the same battle object.
Yep.
Right? So it looks like it's using more than it actually is.
Well, these are all the fields that the monster is actually using. Or, I'm not sure
Right?
what these zeros are for, but, yeah, this is what the monsters are actually using. Not all of these are going to be necessary, like these original ones will just get
No,
set to the same values.
they are necessary.
I mean, it's not necessary for us to make it modifiable.
Oh yeah, true.
Since they get those default values. So yeah, we'll want these for sure. Probably special effect flag, element flag. Yeah, probably any of these down to here, except for the zeros.
I believe below there is like display element because there's 2 different fields for element.
There is damage reduction flag, elemental immunity flag, and status resist.
Yeah, we would need those 2. So
Physical immunity and magical immunity as well.
is there even a monster immune naturally? I can't remember.
Good question.
Yeah, okay, so the list got a bit bigger. It's around 17 stats now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get these out of the way. Damage reduction flag gets set to special effect flag. Okay, whatever. Okay, so we do need to change a couple of these things here, just to make it so that these changes propagate properly. So we're gonna make this that, and that's gonna be MP. Monster attack, monster magic attack.
My mic was physically muted. I finally have the YouTube chat open. So this will also be in some sort of CSV. I think everything we're doing today will be in some sort of CSV, right?
Yeah, I agree. That's probably for the best.
So I don't think you'll need a specific coder for simple stuff like numerical changes, but if you want to change the damage formula, you would definitely need like a custom event for that and some code.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have an event for changing how damage is calculated.
Oh, and the damage cap. I I haven't figured out all the damage caps because there's
Yeah,
multiple.
damage cap is going to be a problem. We can raise it to 65535, but any further than that is going to require more extensive script modifications.
Yeah, what happens when I want to make my 1 million HP bosses,
We'll get there. Okay. Um, so that's not set anywhere else. This can get set to status resist. That can get set to that. There's a lot of duplicated stuff in this table.
It might be duplicated for a reason.
It probably is.
Like, I can't remember if Alepri and I did find a monster with an element that was different than the displayed element in game. I can't remember if we found one or not, but that's why they're separate. But that also doesn't make sense. It loading on my other screen now.
Sorry about that. The stream just crashed for whatever reason.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah, I started it back up. A rat with 100,000 hit points. The grind is real. Okay, so I think we've got this pretty well boiled down to just changing these stats here. And then status chance, status, and I think that's it. There is the damage reduction flags. I actually messed that up. This needs to be moved down.
Yeah, the damage reduction flag isn't like in the table worth half of these monster stats. Unless it is and I'm just blind. Because
Yeah, it
there
is.
is.
Right here.
Oh, I'm talking about like in the ROM file itself, the OV file. Or is this loaded directly from there?
Yeah, it's loaded from the monster stats table at 10BA98. That is in Battle Loader sub-overlay.
I would need to look at that RAM address because there's like. Yeah, there's 10 unknown bytes I haven't marked in that table. So this will probably help me map it out
I've
to
got
figure
7
out the
unknown
rest.
bytes. So, are you missing the bytes 12, 13, and 14 hex?
Yes. Oh, you labeled that XYZ.
Yeah, it gets set into a vec3, which is
Okay, I
used
think what.
for something.
Hmm. Never mind. I thought I was merging two tables together.
I'm not sure exactly what it is a position for. Oh, that's the target arrow position.
Oh, right, yeah. That only gets loaded. Um. Okay, it is merging two tables because the position for the monsters are in another table based off monster ID.
Yeah, that's the table that I currently have
Sorry,
dumped
not
into
based
the
off
disk.
monster ID.
Encounter ID.
It's yeah.
I actually have that file extracted right here. So rather than loading from the overlay, it's just loaded from disk.
Oh,
I'm planning on doing that with all of the tables.
good to know.
Okay. So I think we understand what needs to happen here. So we'll create an enemy stats event. Okay, so I think that value should be, yeah, that's going to be the ID.
Do we really need max HP and MP?
I suppose not. I
Yeah, you
mean,
set it once at the start, unless someone wants to have a monster that starts with 500 HP and they actually have 1,000 or something.
yeah,
I guess you can leave
that
it
could be pretty
there.
interesting to have like a monster that I don't know, starts slower and can heal higher if you let it or something.
Yeah, most of these monsters' AI is controlled by their HP value, so I guess that also works. You can start off technically in its hardest state, quote unquote.
Yeah. So it looks like elemental resistance is always 0, but I suppose we could make that changeable too.
No, there are a few monsters with elemental resistances and immunities.
Um, I'm seeing immunity getting loaded. There's status resist, but it doesn't look like they have resistance set.
Oh wait, no, their elemental resistance is just based off their element. So if they're fire, they would do 50%
Yeah.
damage
Um,
reduction on fire.
I'm not convinced that this flag is even used for enemies.
But for sure they have elemental immunity. Because there are a few monsters that are immune to the thunder element.
Um, Yeah, okay, so it's specifically not checked if it's an enemy. So that means that it's a player. We might want to change that at some point, but we're just going simple right now, so we won't worry about that here. Okay. Looks like attack hit and magic hit are not set for them either. I'm gonna guess those probably aren't being used in the case of monsters as well.
Yeah, it probably just looks off base. Wait. Of the void stats? Or the hit?
Hit, specifically.
Oh, yeah. I think hit is just based off the character's hit values, not the monsters itself.
Yeah.
That would mean all monsters have 100% hit rate. Even if you have... Oh, where was I going with that? Brain fart?
I feel that. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we will post the event, enemy stats event,
Preston's talking about the revenge against the yellow bird.
oh, yeah,
Yeah, you
good
can just
call.
remove its 50% physical avoid and 20% magical avoid. Just set it to 0. Make sure you always hit.
We're going to do that. Okay, so that will get posted. And now we just need to change all of these to use the stats event instead of the table. I'm just gonna not get. I'm not gonna get into ChatGPT. Alright, do you see anything that I missed here? We didn't fill that because we don't know what it is.
Actually, now that we're talking about Yellowbird, what flag was it using for to make it so you only do 1 damage?
Um,
'Cause it,
that is in the damage calculations somewhere.
I think the leopard found this and I just forgot. Maybe it's in
Right
Dramon
here.
somewhere.
So, damage reduction flags.
Yeah, maybe we should add those as well.
I think those are set automatically.
Oh.
Damage reduction flags is set to special effect flags. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, okay, maybe we can just add special effect flag and...
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, okay, I'm blind. I'm looking at the YouTube because I cannot read the Discord stream.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Alright. No, I don't see anything missing. Everything's there.
Okay. Um, let's deploy that. Give that a second to reindex. Or, I guess it's enemies, stats, yeah. Doesn't really matter what you call your methods. Alright, so we're going to do special effect flag and equals not OX3.
And set the
And
void to 0.
set what to 0? Avoid.
Yeah, physical and magical void to 0.
Alright, let's test this. See if we can't kill ourselves some birds.
Uh, encounter ID 78.
I'll use one of the higher up saves here.
Now this bird should get one shot.
78.
Yeah.
Oh, we broke something. Oh, it's the psych bomb issue, because there's multiple psych bombs. Oh, no, no, well, the issue is that that save has,
More items than it should.
yes, so we just gotta reconfigure this.
How did that happen? Even the base game loads 64 items.
It's just because of the way the current code works.
Ah,
As with most of Legend of Dragoon, if you do array reads out of bounds, it just doesn't care.
right, I forgot about all the broken divide by zero code that
Yeah.
the game has normally.
Alright. Yep.
Oh ho!
There you have it. Alright, and we get our Psych Bomb and Ultimate War God.
Well, that was the fun part.
Yep. Stupid birds. Alright, so we've got enemy stats. That is another big, big part of this.
Do we want to go with the smallest part? Dragoon stats.
Yeah, do you know what table that is?
I know where. Hold on, do I?
Because that'll help.
um, Somewhere below addition tape. It's an S item. That's all I know.
Okay. Why is that still showing a change? I think it's just struggling to update. I've got the Dragoon
Actually,
spells table here.
this might be one of the harder ones. Because we also need to figure out how to change max MP. And I don't have no clue where that's located.
Well, max MP is in the battle object.
Right, but it's max MP per Dragoon level. Or could you just backtrace where it gets loaded from because it's in the battle object?
Okay, I've got level stuff and magic stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's it right here.
MP's. Oh, yeah, okay, this is the table. Okay, great.
Just my usual good naming conventions.
Actually, now that I remember it, it's in Dremon. I should pull up the code. I should not be going off of memory.
Yeah, I've got it right here. It's an S item. 2 tables.
Yeah.
Why are there 2 tables?
I believe in the actual realm, it's in two tables, that's why. Attack magic defense and magic defense are separated from the MP per level.
But we've got 2 level stuff tables and 2 magic stuff tables that are the same length.
Oh?
One is at FBD 30, the other is at 111 CFC.
FDB 30.
FBD 30.
Oh, FDB
Okay, the second table that's high up in memory is only used when starting a new game.
We don't have that address.
So that's like the new game stuff, I guess? I don't...
Some things
What
from
is...
only get loaded once and then it just never loaded again. Like the EXP table for
This is in the S item sub-overlay, so this is definitely not always in memory. I'm gonna pop open that second table that's only used on creation and see what's in there. On new game, I mean.
I forgot one important thing. The additions have changes.
What do you mean?
The additions in the demo, they're like kind of all generic. Like,
Oh,
oh, everybody's master's edition is 600% or something.
yeah, we didn't put that in here. So edition stats, I guess.
Yeah, now it's complete, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this, why there's that duplicated table there. That is only used on the title screen when you create a new account. Or a new account. uh, this is not an indication of what's to come. Um, no, when you start a new game.
Maybe it's to load up all the character stats, because every single character has stats when they...
Yeah, it's just weird that they aren't just using the standard table here.
I don't want to question the code.
Yep, me neither.
Alright.
Okay. Oh, the addition code is really freaking weird. Forgot about that. As noted by my to-do straighten this out comment.
We can do additions last.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, this is load character stats. What is this one that has? Okay, I'm gonna swap this variable out here so that um, okay. So this is loading the game state stats into what I have named active stats, which is part of the main memory and not the any of the overlays. So I think for now we just want to fire the events right here. Um, so do we just want to modify these here? at least for now.
Whatever works for now. It can be fixed and modified later.
Yeah, I mean, the modding API is definitely going to be expanded upon. What we've got here is by no means final. So this isn't really combat. I guess we'll create a new package called characters. So we definitely need the character ID. Yeah, my 2G. Hopefully, once we finish this stuff, and Zycronix works a bit more on the like file-based modification mod, you'll be able to start working on your mod. So yeah, I think we probably just want to make pretty much anything in the character data modifiable, as well as anything in the level stuff and magic stuff tables.
So both characters and Dragoon data? Or...
Yeah, I think we would change the Dragoon attack and stuff here.
So I'm just thinking how that would work if you have an event that needs 60 entries for levels and then only 5 for Dragoons.
I think we'll probably just make it so that you can modify whatever the current level is. So like it'll tell you what level the Dragoon is or the character is, and you can adjust your stats accordingly.
Alright.
I think that's probably pretty easy. Oh look, this is D-level XP, and we don't have that marked. Cool. I don't know what Dragoon flag is.
I believe that is to say, oh, if the character has the Dragoon or not. You can turn it on and off in battle too.
Okay. That is interestingly set to status. Huh. Yeah, no, that is definitely status. I think Dragoon flag is only a part of that. Yeah, so this is just flags, and that has status, Dragoon, probably, etc. We'll have to map that out fully. I think we'll do equipment as a separate event.
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing I forgot, but I didn't check this in the demo, that's why. I didn't see if any of the items differ from retail in the Japan demo.
Yeah, that is a good
That is,
question.
yeah, that's something I would need to dump.
So addition is if an addition unlocks at this level. Drew says we have 108 minutes streamed. Oh yeah, wow, we're coming up on 2 hours already. Yeah, you got that right. Don't know what that field is.
The addition stuff is weird. When I found the level learned for the addition table, it was actually in the PS executable itself. It wasn't in any file.
I don't know what to tell you. Do you know what address it was?
I can find it. Yeah, that's another thing with this my document here. I didn't label the address, but I do have the hex dump of everything.
I suppose I could just copy this and modify it. Oops, that was Definitely not the right key. I am not using my laptop. Okay, so that should be all that done, and then what we are going to do here instead is post this event, character stats event, event manager, post event, new character stats, and okay, that should be character, that's character index, but we don't want the character index, actually we want the character ID. We can do this and then pull the character ID from the character data. I think we can do that at least. Wait. Oh no, never mind. That is the character ID. Disregard, it is just named incorrectly. Okay, that's all those. What else are we changing here? Not the selected edition, not the edition levels. We're no longer going to be using level or magic stuff. Just gonna change all this real quick. And this is max HP. That's no longer needed. We are going to need magic stuff still because we don't know what that is. And this is max MP. Should be spell ID. this is the mess of Dragoon stuff. Yeah, there is still all this, but I think we will deal with that another time. Yeah, this is all equipment stuff, so we'll do this as an equipment event. So this is if the party member has their Dragoon, then yeah, it actually overwrites that, because of course it does. So yeah, we can just change this. This is setting MP to max. So I think this is granting Dragoon levels if some certain flag is set or something like that. I'm not really 100% sure, but I guess we'll use max HP for these, since that's what it's doing.
Yeah, we should be using the max values. So when you level up, you don't gain like 20 MP.
Yeah. And okay, this is checking specifically to see if it is dart. So I'm guessing this is something to do with the Divine Dragoon. So yeah, we'll do the same thing here.
Yeah, Dart gets instantly set to Dragoon level 5 once you get Divine Dragoon.
Okay. That may very well be what this is then. Setting a specific game flag and stuff too. Okay. Yeah, this is all fine. Okay, I think we're good here. Let's deploy. Okay, come on, pick up the changes. Am I gonna have to refresh Gradle again? Normally it just picks it up instantly.
Too many changes this time.
I did deploy it. Let's make sure this actually saved. And I guess do another deploy, just to be safe. Okay, just need a little bit of encouragement. Alright, what are we gonna do here?
Give Dart max HP.
No. What we're gonna do What is the random integer in Java? Why can I not remember? Okay.
Isn't it
You know what? IntelliJ
random?
is
Oh
going
yeah.
to complain about this, and then I can just use that. Actually, it's not, because for some reason inspections are not. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, this is gonna work.
Yeah, I'm confused if this is the right place or not. Because changing active stats and changing the actual stats it loaded from are two different things.
They are. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna see what happens. I think this is actually gonna make it random every time we go to different menus and stuff, even.
Well, it clearly worked.
I'm not sure it did, because I'm setting hit points to max HP, and their HP seems to be staying the same, but the max HP is changing. So
Didn't
that's
we
odd.
only add the event to the max HP flag and not the HP itself?
I set HP to max HP there.
Oh, well, here's that randomizer that someone wanted.
Oh, okay, now it is working here. Rose has 6,260 hit points, and Albert has 300.
Yep. Go.
Die.
Alright, apparently it's time for me to practice my additions.
Yep. Go.
I thought you had them down.
Not these ones. Only Volcano. I am really bad at additions.
Die.
Should have merged my pull requests.
Yeah, I should have.
Go.
Oh, I got another one there. That is a lot of experience. I don't know if you saw that before I clicked off. But
165,000. Shee!
yep. Oh, I didn't even look to see how many hit points they had this time.
A different amount.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. I mean, it's not reasonable. It's a lot, but
I mean, it's working, it's just how do you separate this now per level?
270,000 experience. Yep, Rose is level 50. So, I mean, it's pretty easy because in the event you have the player's level and D level. So, you know, you could say like switch event dot D level case 1 event dot max MP equals 40 or whatever.
400.
400 for level 1, and then at level
Yeah,
2 you go back down to 40.
exactly.
It's just it's a tease. You could also do some kind of logic and say, you know, if whatever is true, then D level is 6 or something.
Well, that settles both character stats and Dragoon stats for now.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, we're making pretty good progress here.
Halfway done, and I can make the Japan
Yep.
demo stat mod. Okay,
So
I
there,
categorize items and equipments as one, but
yeah,
they should be separate.
yeah, I think you're right. So what kind of changes are there for items?
I think like they didn't have like the armor legend flag for half damage turned on, so they just gave like the legend items 127 defense
Oh,
instead.
yep.
Yeah.
Uh, what are the changes for addition stats? Is that just like the amount of damage and SP and stuff it gives?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all the equipment stuff. That is not what we're looking for. Do you know where that information is?
We do have multiple location for the additions. I just don't know which one is correct. 52884.
See you later, Andrew. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, addition data.
Okay, this is definitely for the menu, I think, not the actual table itself. Or is
Hmm.
it? There's another table.
Yeah, it's used in the additions screen, and it is also used in S item. Yeah, that's all. That's all menu display information.
113 BF7.
Oh wait. Nope. What is this value that's returned? T5. Oh, this is the weird addition offsets thing. Um, The way additions are stored in memory is super weird. Okay,
Yeah,
so that
I'm
is
trying to
used.
find it in Dramod.
Yeah,
What is that?
that is used in the post-combat screen, but it's only used for checking how many editions are unlocked.
Okay, I have another memory address, 1CF940.
1CF940? I don't even have that.
Yeah. I'm starting to wonder if you have any code surrounding.
1CF940 is not even in
Oh,
the RAM range here.
let me see what the code in Dramod does for the tables. Let's see.
I think 1CF940 would fall within the malloc heap. So that might actually be a table that is allocated dynamically on the heap.
That doesn't sound fun. Um,
I mean, that would be fine for SC, but it would be a bit more annoying for Dramod. I guess there's probably a pointer that you could follow to it.
oh, the table I gave you was for Dragoon editions.
Ah.
And it's offset by something, the disc you're on.
That's weird.
Where's the other edition tables? Yeah, do we just change the menu edition table and then based on the edition we just load the appropriate one in battle? Because in battle there's a location where all of the edition table data is.
I think I found it.
Oh,
Yep, it's this nightmare code.
I'm watching on YouTube. I have to wait a few seconds. Oh, this table, okay. We can definitely map that out because we haven't mapped out fully in Dramod.
Okay. So it is a pointer table, and it is offset by the edition level. Wait.
No, it should be edition hit, right?
It's offset by... This can't be right. It's offset by the edition level's address? What the hell? Oh, okay.
It should be loaded when we go into battle, and it should only do it once.
Yeah, this is the same place where we fired the event for the character stats.
Oh, okay. I already forgot.
Yeah, it's being offset by the address of the edition level variable, though, which does not sound right.
In Dramod, we have it every 300 hex bytes. I mean, not hex bytes. Actually, yeah, hex bytes. 300 in hex.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so it's dereferencing this. Okay. Why am I dereferencing that instead of just reading from it? Okay, so this addition levels variable is weird. So there's this addition offsets table, because I think all of the additions are stored contiguously, and then each character has an offset to their actual addition, like where their addition starts. I am going to debug this and see what's going on here.
All I know is that there's one active addition in battle, and the table is per hit. All of the data is there. What's the length of it? I think it should be 32 bytes long. I guess that's where we should have the event when it's loaded.
Okay, so selected addition is 6. That's for Dart. That makes sense. Let's look at the SP multiplier. 10. Damage multiplier. 20. Okay, so this selected addition variable is the absolute addition index into like the full table of all additions in the game. And then it subtracts by this value here, which, for example, for character ID 1, which is... Who's character ID 1?
Levitt's. I don't think this
Oh,
is the
right,
right
it's
table,
looping
because
over.
they're...
No, this is setting it in the stats table.
Oh, the active character sets, right?
Yep. And it's reading from this, which is a table of pointers. Okay. So we can straighten this out a bit. Addition index. Put a note here.
Because where is the data loaded, like, per addition hit?
I will figure that out shortly. Do additions have like a flat SP and damage multiplier on top of like a per hit multiplier?
They do. Because there's display data for every edition, and then there's the actual, like, edition breakdown where it goes into damage, SP, per hit, and whatnot.
Yeah, so that flat multiplier is used, and then there's also a hit multiplier. Okay, so that information is loaded into the battle controller. Yep. Um, yep, that's loaded right here. From V1, which is A3, which is passed in. It is this table here.
That probably is the right one.
10E658.
Yeah, we can map this all out right now if you want. It is getting late. I don't know if you want to continue or not.
Yeah, I think we should probably make note of this. Addition per hit stat table is at this address. But yeah, you're right. It is starting to get pretty late, so I think we might call it there for now. Um, we did make really good progress here. We're at least like halfway done the full surface area that you're going to need to make this mod, and I think you could probably even start making it now.
Yeah, yeah, I'll figure out this CSV loading for
Yeah,
the current stuff. Yeah.
and you could even do like the monster stats and stuff, and character stats. Make sure it actually does what you need it to do. But yeah, so I think we'll call it from there call it there for tonight. So I would like to thank Psychronics for co-streaming here. Thank my Ko-fi supporters, Zach for 2 months, Vorthod for 2 months, and Justin and Balder for 1 month. And hopefully we'll see everyone on the Friday game stream where we might actually be testing out this mod. Thanks everyone, and